Hey fellow pilots, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, Episode 8, Shop Hopping for Ships. Alright, this is going to be a tiny ship, I think, because we didn't dock very close to it. It's called the Bright Shell. It's J7X8R, and it is a passenger shuttle, it looks like. Very small passenger shuttle. I'm going to grab some of the random parts here so that I can fix up things. It also has a Weber recharge state. Yeah, it has a Weber recharger that I'm just going to install on my ship. Because, why not? So this is for the Weber laser. Well, whoever one-zoned this thing at least had enough money for a Weber. Did this come with a battery? Because the batteries are... No, it's empty. Because it had a Weber recharge station, I'm going to check all the bins for lasers and for a Weber laser. Because that would be pricey. Actually, that O2 bottle wasn't terrible. It's not expensive, but it's pretty pressurized. It goes up to 20K. Mine's at 17, so it has about the same amount of pressure as mine does, so I could use it. This O2 can is full, so I could take that. Does have the nav station. It has bullets. There's some bullets over there. Some electronic parts. I already have a stack of mechanical parts. I like to keep like a stack of every type of part that could be needed to replace things. Some things don't stack, so like pumps, screens, and motors don't stack. And I'm putting the O2 cannons on the dolly. So So backing up a little bit, this ship is... It's a potential fixer-upper. It's not great. Because it would be... Trying to live in this thing would be pretty cramped. But it's doable. If we want to... I think it's... Really what it comes down to is it's relatively affordable if we did want to buy it and flip it. Or if we wanted to buy it and live in it. I don't think this thing is going to be all that expensive. It has a broken antenna, which I might be able to repair. It has a broken nav that I might be able to repair. So question for you all. Should I consider buying this derelict? Yes or no? If no, I'll just grab the antenna and grab the nav and strip it out. If yes, I'll leave it here. Or actually, I'll probably strip it out and install it back. Have you guys decide? So antennas are one of those things that, like, if you want to land on, if you want to land back at K-Leg, you need an antenna. You need to be able to identify yourself. So if you want to go full pirate, you don't need an antenna. But the flotilla is not a nice place to try to make money off of. Ooh, there's a EVA helmet. That's money. There's a children's toothbrush and hygiene packs. Hygiene packs are like wet wipes to fix your hygiene because there's really not showering out in space. Alternatively, you can go into your flask here and freshen up with water if you don't want to use hygiene packs. But these hygiene packs are free. I just found them, so I'm going to freshen up with my hygiene packs and become less disheveled. So now my hygiene is good. Work safety posters, knuckle dusters, and rice wine. A screen, which I want to pick up. Although the screen's probably needed to repair the nav portal. I don't have a motherboard for this nav portal, though. So I'm going to pick up the screen for later. Looks like you guys say, don't bother buying this one. I don't know why you said that, but I'm assuming it's too small. So I'm going to uninstall the King intake. and uninstall one of the working thrusters, so that when I do find a derelict I want to use, I can install the thruster, install an N2 can, install the intake, install the nav, install the antenna, and a transponder. The transponder is a special part where 99 times out of 100 you need to just buy the transponder from the shipbroker, because transponders are kind of, think of them as your license plate. So you can't just like, they're not interchangeable. And they, when you try to install a transponder, they break. Which is why it's like a license plate. If any of these N2 cans are kind of full, that'd be nice. 53, is that the highest we get? 19, yeah, okay, so we'll take the 53% N2 can. And I won't be, actually, I'm gonna leave that N2 can. If I'm gonna uninstall an N2 can, it's gonna be closer to 100%. So what I'm doing is I'm taking all the parts that I would need to be able to retrofit a derelict to be able to limp. Because once it can limp, you can fly around to other derelicts and keep adding parts until it's good. You know, Ship of Theseus style. So here we go. We've got RCS intake, an RCS thruster, an antenna, some O2 cans. I'm just going to check the rest of the bins to see if there is like a Weber tool around here. Oh, there's a PDA. That could be money. I checked all those. I think I checked all the other storages here. I didn't check the racks on the entryway. Oh, no, I did. Okay. So then we'll uninstall the nav station, because I can fix that up to flip for money. Yeah, I could probably afford a bigger ship than this. I don't know what this would cost. It really depends. Just try to, for you viewers that are planning on sticking around for the next hour or so, try to remember what these ships look like. Because at some point, I'm going to get back to the broker station, and I'll have to make a choice about what to buy. And it helps to remember the condition of the ships. So this one is a small passenger vessel. It's workable. It's not great, but it's workable. So if we want to, in the future, buy, we can consider buying this one. So the poll was like, do I buy it right now, or do I keep shopping? So you guys want me to keep shopping. That's totally cool. All right, helmet off. Actually, helmet back on. Let's put a bunch of these spare parts on the dolly. So not everything could go on the dolly. The electronic parts are too small, and the mechanical parts are too small to go on the dolly. Think of them as like nuts and bolts that would get lost on the dolly. But the scrap steel and the heat sinks and the hygiene packs, those kind of things can go on the dolly. So I'm just loading up the dolly with the things I don't need to have on me right now. All right, so I've emptied out my inventory, and we're going to go over to the next derelict. The derelicts, the last two derelicts that I found are kind of average. The ones that I started off finding were like really nice. Especially the one with all the specialty cargo pods. I mean, that's really unusual. I would say maybe like 1 in 20 or 1 in 30 derelicts are going to have like cargo pods. Maybe even more like 1 in 50. It was a very lucky find. Your typical derelicts are kind of like the one I saw here. And if they're bigger, they might have some fusion reactor parts, which are worth flipping. What I'm telling you is like what I'm happening upon right now is average, I would say. All right, so now that we are in transit to the next one, let's fix things up. We are fixing up the nav. Wait. Oh, I'm repairing the nav station. I guess I had the repair components for the... Oh, no, we're repairing... There's 2 nav stations. We're repairing one of the 2. Got it. That was confusing. Cheers. Also worth noting, anything that is loaded up on the dolly cannot be restored until you take it off the dolly. So the thrusters I have on the dolly are like stuck on the dolly. Which is fine. I don't need to fix them right now. All right, here we go. Next ship. Gonna throttle up my thrusters a little bit because we got a little heavier. Oh god, wasn't paying attention to my speed. Ramp the thrusters up to slow down. We bonked, but I was not moving fast enough for it to really do any damage. If you bonk hard, you can get hurt, you can damage your ship, you can die if you're going real fast. I was not going fast. I was going like 20 meters per second. So it was a minor fender bender. Embarrassing. But I did negate most of the damage by ramping up my throttle and throwing the brakes on. Your character will black out at about 3.5 Gs. It really depends on your health and any of the medical conditions that you have. Unless you take high G drugs. Okay, this thing, I can tell, without even opening the door, it's a piece of crap. It's full of, it has no flooring. It got blown up. Oh god. Look, this is a ship. Oh yeah. Absolute piece of crap. It's trashed. Not gonna want to buy any. I mean, it might have some parts to salvage, like this N2. No, 3%. Yeah, this ain't a ship. This is floating trash heap. Oh, look at that! It had nice heat sinks in the bin here, and some chipotle pork and cheese. I'll be eating that. Mm-hmm. This N2 can has 90%. I'm taking it. It's about the only thing worth taking left on here. But a 90% N2 can is a lot of nitrogen, which is good to hot swap for my thrusters. My own N2 can is about 90%, so it gives you an idea how full it is. It's a pretty full can. And it wouldn't be bad to hold on to for if I do flip a... what did I just pick up? Drop that. Please, drop it. Thank you. Where's my dolly? Oh, seriously, where'd the dolly just go? Where did the dolly go? How are not getting caught by the coppers? I have, I'm paid, I'm licensed, I'm paid. But, I might need to have to load and save, because my dolly just, I interacted with it weird and it disappeared. It's like not here anymore. When was my last, no, I'm gonna write the dolly off. My load and save is too far ago. No, I don't know. That's so weird. I might have accidentally clicked and jettisoned the dolly, but it was like, because the game was like hiccuping or something. I didn't lose I didn't forget the dolly. I arrived with it. I could dev the dolly in, but the thing is, the dolly had stuff on it. So I'm gonna load and save. Because the dolly had the O2 cans, the thruster, and the Kang intake for the thruster. And dev moding all that in is going to take me like 20 minutes to look up the item codes for all that stuff. Basically, I'm not planning on deving anything in because of how annoying it is to have to look up the item codes. That would be the long and short of it. And the antenna, right? It's just not worth trying to look up. Because there's something like, I'm going to make up a number, but there's like maybe 1,000 different types of items in the game, and there isn't like a nice list to go off of. You have to like go through JSON code. Like, I'm telling you, I'm not doing it. If you want to try to look up all the item codes, you're welcome to. It's really annoying. I tried. When I was learning the game, I wanted to like learn faster by loading in the parts to try to figure out how all the parts work. And it was a real headache to try to figure out what the hell I was doing. So where am I right now? And that doesn't count as a death. I don't know why I lost that stuff. So this was... Oh, God. Okay, this sucks. This is before I salvaged the first 2 ships. At least I have my dolly, but I really didn't save myself any time or effort. And I just... Oh, yeah, this was the autosave right before I crashed into their docking port. Yay! I'll just have to make sure to save more frequently. I don't think crashing into the docking port did any damage, but before I stick with this save and load, I'll check. Because I don't want damage to my, like, health. No, my suit's fine. So this is the first junker. Oh, interesting. RNG changed a bit. Maybe. Oh, maybe not. This is the same old hunk of junk that I saw the first time around. It's just I didn't notice... I didn't notice that it had a working transponder. But if I recall, from this ship, all I took was like an O2 tank. And maybe the Weber... No, the Weber was the next ship. I also took the nav. I think I'm actually going to do without the navs. But this one doesn't even have a nav anymore. It's gone. It's missing. It does have a transponder. So the thing about the transponder, as I said, it was unique to the ship. If you try to uninstall it, it breaks. And that's to prevent... It's like designed to break. It's extremely prone and designed for tamper-proof. So here it is broken. And as broken, it has like no value. So it's designed to be kind of tamper-proof. All right, that's a broken intake. That's a broken intake. I'm not interested in broken intakes. And I don't think I see any thrusters here, so let's go to the next ship. And there was no nav. Yeah, you guys were right. There was a nav when I got there the first time, but these are randomized until you arrive. So there was no nav second time around, which is fine. It had the O2 tank. I'll just chalk it up as a learning lesson to make sure that I save more frequently, because the game is not without its bugs. I love it. It's so much fun, but it does have bugs where things will disappear. And so I already had a recharge station disappear on me. And this last one, honestly, could have been me accidentally jettisoning my dolly by, like, just going through the menus too quickly. I'm not really sure, and I don't really care, because the results are the same. I loaded it. I'm going to save after every ship that I, like, spend time on. This last ship, like, if I lose an O2 tank, I don't care. But, yeah. Apart from that, I'll do more saving. After I do significant salvage. Well, maybe this time this derelict won't be as crummy. Or maybe it will be worse. My god, let me dock already. What the hell? Is this a different ship altogether? It honestly, given the distance I am? No, this is still Bright Shell. Yeah. It just sucks. Oh god, yeah, it's worse. It's way worse. So once you see the ship for the first time, it like locks into memory the condition it's in. Oh, look, a gun. And a nav console flight manual. So yeah, this ship is just not worth taking. Oh, another gun. Sure. I'll be an arms dealer. Oh, and another PDF. I actually like this version better, as it has more stuff that I'm taking. It doesn't have a nav. Oh, it has an intake that I can take. Cool. And maybe a thruster. Maybe there was some sort of shootout here. All right. Cleaning guns for resale is requires a lot of labor, and guns actually don't sell for very much, so I probably won't bother. I'll just sell them as is. And I'm cracking the PDAs and sticking them on the dolly. All right, what else is here before I leave? Some motherboards? Sure. %60% and 50% N2 cans. I'm not going to bother with them. And this O2 can was, 50% is still a little bit of money. That's like 2K or so. Oxygen is more expensive than nitrogen in this game, if you're wondering. Okay. We are saving and leaving. Yeah, if I lost like a high value cargo ship, that would suck. But like this is chump change. It's not awesome to have to load or whatever, but it could be worse. And then once we see it for the first time, it's like locked in memory. So that if we do want to buy it, it doesn't like magically change conditions between seeing it and buying it. Just fixing up the old rig while we sail on to the next point of interest. Alright, there we are. We are arriving. So this was the totally blown up hunk of junk from before. I don't know what it will look like now. Let's go figure it out. So, I didn't really go through, like, if you've been paying attention, you've seen me dock, but I like to slow down to about 100 velocity, and then start to throw on the brakes around 7 seconds, and then if my ETA time is greater than 7 seconds, I'll let up, and if it's less, I'll slow down. So just trying to keep it around 7 seconds ETA until I'm moving at about 25 velocity. Relative velocity, and then eventually doing the full brake. So yeah, this is still a trashed ship, just like before. It didn't really change much. I'll check the racks and bins and then be on my way. But yeah, this looks like there's not a lot of money to be had here. What manual is this? Flight manual? So the manuals are actually kind of cool. So this is a flight manual about all of the nav console stuff. So introducing, and you can read through this, and it's actually insanely informative. I'm just not gonna spend the half an hour to read this to you like it's boring story time. I'll just explain the Cliff Notes version 1 I get there. Let's see if there's anything in the back half of this, but I doubt it. Broken pump. the nice O2, the N2 can. So some of this seems to be the same. Like I feel like these two N2 cans, I'm not sure how it works. Maybe it's like a, yeah, I don't know. But there was two nitrogen cans which were, oh, see, it did it again. What the hell? The dolly just like disappeared in the same way. Okay, well, I did just save. I'll be more careful with the dolly. I think what I'll do, I think what's happening, if I was to guess, is the dolly is like teeter-tottering between airlocks, and it's like getting nudged into a void zone. But I'm just gonna full-on skip that ship. It doesn't have enough value to warrant visiting. Yeah, that was definitely not user error. I tried to load the N2 can onto the dolly, and the dolly just disappeared. And that was the exact order of operations I did the last time, where it just like jettisoned, even though I didn't hit jettison. It's not a bug I actually ran into much in playtesting, and I playtested the hell out of this game so I could know what I was doing. Alright. Undock. It's too bad I haven't found any derelicts I've liked yet. Alright, so skipping that one, we'll go... There's like two on top of each other here. We'll go to that one first. So doing rotational bearings. One way you could do is you can lower your RCS thrusters down to like almost 0 to really hone in your trajectory. So now I'm like 0.01 degree off for horizontal cross velocity and bearing, meaning that I'm like basically going straight at it as if I'm the legendary pilot Wash. That way, once you approach for docking, there won't be a lot of adjustments to be made, as I'll show you here. So we're, what, 10 minutes out? So I'll do like 5 minutes of repairs. Yeah, it kind of looks like two ships collided or something, yeah. Back Roadrunner, thank you for the resub. Oh, I was not anywhere close to this. Oh, yeah, I was getting proximity alarms from the Junker ship that I'm passing. That hopefully I'm not on a collision course for. But I'm going to stay at the helm just in case I am. So I can steer around it. But nah, it looks like I'm going to avoid it. Because it wasn't that big of a ship. But I'll stay at the helm because I'm almost at my target now. Okay, there we go. Let's go to dock. Yeah, so see how lined up I was here? All those fine adjustments ahead of time meant that I almost don't need to steer on my way in. I just need to slow down. If you understand that Firefly reference, you're old as hell and you should probably get a colonoscopy. That was one of the episodes there where they flew dark and lined up and then glided into port. Oh, Nishka, you never saw it coming. All right, throwing on the brakes. Medium-sized? Oh, Series Max. This is a big ship. The Brvtu. The JJF0W. All right. Battery. We're good. Oxygen, we're good. I'm healthy. I'm gonna... Yeah, that's a big ship. I don't see any life signs on it, so I don't think we're gonna get jumped by pirates. It does look a little blown apart. That's fine. It's definitely not gonna... It's a big ship, so it's not gonna be affordable. The big ships are really expensive, so they're not something I'm gonna necessarily shop for. No, I don't want patch kits. That's not that pressurized. We're not, I would say... Oh, ammo casings. And we're not really out of the point of the game where I skip bins. Once we have like a lot of training manuals and stuff, I'm gonna stop poking through these bins because the on average bins and crates just don't have a lot of wealth in them. On average, it's not always true, but it's usually true that compared to, let's say, fusion reactor parts, there's almost nothing in a bin that could be worth more. Unless there's something specific you're looking for, like training manuals. Or, so the best thing you can find in a bin might be like a Weber tool, a Weber laser. That would be maybe the most expensive. Something like that. And the chances of that are so low. Oh, man. So when you see N2 tanks in this configuration, it indicates that there was a Hydra here. A Hydra is a really high-end RCS intake. And this ship had 2 Hydras installed here, but they were obviously stripped out. There might have been a 3rd Hydra there, but it looks just like a void space. Bunch of N2 cans. I don't really care. Nitrogen gas is cheap. And these crates have had trash in them. Complete and utter trash. I might want to take a thruster, but I'm going to take a working one, so I don't have to repair it. And then I think... Oh, we have a little bit of reactor stuff. A pellet feeder, a capacitor... I guess I'll take it. It's not worth tons, but there's a little bit of value in it. Laughs in purple jumpsuit. Yeah, if you find a purple jumpsuit, that's a different matter, but chances of finding a purple jumpsuit is pretty low. Purple jumpsuits are like, for whatever reason, worth a bajillion. But I'm not going to stake my life on finding a magical purple jumpsuit. It's just a joke item. It's like a purple jumpsuit is just like worth like, what is it? 150,000, 180,000, something silly. You know? But the chances of finding one is tiny. Do we have running power on this ship? No, it just got brighter or something. Okay, so I'll come back with the dolly for that stuff. Often in a fusion room, it's worth... Yeah, here we go. It's worth checking the bins, because there's ABL core liners usually stored in the bins in a fusion room. Here's the broken transponder. In bathrooms, there's usually, oh, an anti-rad pen. That's worth a lot of money. And Gravlock. That's worth some. The rad pen's worth a lot of money. Like 20k or something. That's another one of those items that you could find in bins. You know, if you're searching every bin. Also, potentially worth a lot of money is PDAs, depending on the information on them. So I think I searched... Yeah, I searched those crates. So now I just need to grab the dolly and hoover up the things that I found and uninstalled. Yeah, this ship didn't have any tanks or anything. So it just has 3 items to dolly in. So I've got the Kang intake. Also, if we found a ship we wanted to like keep, I could always take parts off of my current ship for the new one. Alright, flight manuals aren't really worth anything. Okay, so the dolly is basically empty. Let's go grab our stuff. Good place to save? I will once I'm back on the ship. As I was saying, it's not a bug that I've seen often, like, at all, so I'm not worried about it reoccurring too frequently. It might be because I have such like a trashed salvage sled that there's just no space for stuff, but hopefully we'll be trading up soon. So this is definitely not one of those ships worth remembering because A, it's pretty trashed, and B, it's really large, so it's going to be expensive anyway. So the JJ flow, goodbye. And then we have to... It's going to be a little annoying to get the other ship because this thing's in the way. We're gonna bump, but I was only moving at like 30 meters per second. Okay. And here is what it may be collided with, which I'm getting no clearance to. Could you please? Do I need to debug my nav? Thank you for watching Ostranauts, which originally streamed live as a marathon December 21st and December 22nd. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. But please keep in mind this streamed once as a marathon and this episode was cut from it, so feedback cannot be incorporated. And also, no spoilers please, so please keep them out of the comments. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, people that participated within the marathon, and also viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow Ostranauts.